Warning. Every installment of the massive JMO review will contain spoilers.
Hello and welcome to part 18 of the massive JMO review. Today I am reviewing Some Girls. Some Girls is about a man who is basically on an apology tour. He travels the country meeting former girlfriends in hotel rooms, pretty much begging for their forgiveness. I didn't like the plot or the very vague reasoning behind it. I thought the main character was written poorly and without much thought, but the women characters were more decently written. If you have ever seen the YouTube channel CinemaSins, he does this thing where whenever a character says the name of the movie in their dialogue, he says, roll credits.
Jumanji.
Roll credits.
If I did that, I'd have to roll credits 6 times. Yes, I count.
And just some girl.
Jen plays Sam and is actually the first character in the film to speak. She plays this part beautifully. She was 100% believable. Her body language and facial expressions fit. The emotion in her voice was great.
Great. Fine. Good.
And her dialogue was funny because it came from a place of honesty.
You know, whatever you call it.
I don't know. I'm dying to hear.
A chaperone. It was more of that, really.
Her chaperone?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, she was a senior. I mean, you were a senior and she was a senior.
You know when your brother takes you to something, like accompanies you? But listen, I left her there. I didn't even drive her home. I thought we even talked about this once. Over the summer?
No, we did
Before-
not. Not ever. We talked about getting engaged, but not this.
She is in about the first 15 minutes of the film and is never seen again, but for her part, she did great. An odd thing I've noticed was that a majority of the female characters had male names, and the one reference to a male character had a female name. There was Sam in Seattle, Jen's character, Tyler, a crazy sex-obsessed ex-lover in Chicago, Lindsay from Boston, an older professor that he had an affair with when he was just out of school and teaching at a grad school, Reggie, also in Seattle, which I think they should have done back-to-back with Sam, but they didn't for some reason, who was an 11-year-old he had practically raped 15 years prior, and Bobby, a medical worker who he still has feelings for. Reggie's brother's name is Kelly. Bobby's sister's name is Billy. See what I mean? Technically speaking, the film was well done. Lighting and set dressing were great. The acting was decent. The script could have been much better, especially for Adam Brody's character, who isn't even named. He's listed as man in the credits. I didn't like this film. The monologues were ongoing and boring. The whole thing with Reggie was completely underexplained and unnecessary.
11, technically. I was still actually only 11 years old.
I know that.
Good. I'm glad. And what else?
Else?
What else do you remember? Or should I take this up with someone else, you know? My mom or Kelly, the authorities?
Please don't do that.
I need some closure.
Fine. Then okay. I will, yes. But just don't do that.
Then tell me.
It was so long ago that I guess.
Why did you come here? Tell me that. Why did you come here to Seattle?
Because I felt like I needed to maybe.
What? What do you need?
I needed to get this off my chest with you. Before I get married and everything, I wanted to talk about things and say, yes, I think about this, play around with it in my head, so she must too, so we oughta. And then that's about as far as I ever got with it. But I do think about it, Reggie. I do, often.
He tells all the girls that he's engaged to be married, and yet sleeps with one of them, makes out with another, and agrees to have sex with the other before she just walks out on him. The ending didn't make much sense. Was the flight attendant another former girlfriend? I won't watch it again, but if you want to, you can watch this movie on Amazon and on Hoopla.
I don't know, to just make sure that we were okay.
Yes, we are okay. We are A-okay. Is that what you needed? Is that enough for you to go back to your something special life?
Come back next time when I'll be reviewing Star Trek.
What is it?
It's a boy.
A boy? Tell me about it.
He's beautiful. George, you should.